Good morning, everyone. My name is Eliza Magallanes. Today we will be discussing the benefits and disadvantages of social media use and how this can be impacted by the four-way test. Throughout the past decade, social media has become an integral medium of communication that connects the entire world. These sites are simply methods of communication. Their impact comes from how they are utilized. These sites can be used as tools of encouragement and kindness, or as torches, igniting hate and fear. The impact of social media can and has resulted in suicide, eating disorder, hate speech, and violence. But when used correctly, social media could spread a universal spirit of kindness, greater equity, and justice for all. If we were to apply the four-way test on our use of social media would become a tool that would spur altruism and inspire love to grow throughout our communities. You see, if we become more mindful of what we share on the internet, many of the negative aspects of social media use would diminish. This change must begin within ourselves. Before we post, text, tweet, or comment, we must be sure that our actions are truthful, fair, and beneficial to all concerned, and that what we are sharing will build goodwill and better friendships. Is it the truth? This question is imperative when sharing something in the digital world. False information can bring fatal results. Honesty on social media can be displayed through the acknowledgement of bias and opposing opinions, and through the exhibition of imperfection, particularly as it relates to beauty and physical appearance. You see, when companies retouch or edit photos of models, they portray unattainable standards of beauty that cause people to strive for elusive results. This especially harms adolescents. Many teenagers develop severe physical insecurity as a result of models portraying standards of beauty that are not truthful reflections of their physical appearance. And lies can often infiltrate social media as a result of people utilizing their devices as shields. Because it is much easier to lie when behind a screen. The scrutiny is not as severe as it would be in real life. Often people create social media accounts that are not truthful reflections of who they really are, whether that's in regards to their physical appearance or their personality. This can bring about cataclysmic results. You see, people will begin to live through the facade that they have created on social media, delineating a false sense of perfection, and that is misleading to others. This untrue exhibition of perfection creates the sense that perfection is necessary for a satisfied life, which is untrue. You see, because as humans, we make mistakes, we learn from them, and we improve. If honesty became a vital aspect to social media, many of the negative aspects of social media use would diminish. Before sharing anything on the internet, we must examine the content and ask ourselves if it is fair and beneficial to all concerned. Because neglect of care to this question can and has resulted in suicide caused by cyberbullying. According to the American Cyberbully Hotline, 42% of American teenagers report being cyberbullied, and 21% of them ponder suicide, while 1 in 10 attempt it. The amount of pain inflicted on these people is horrific. They have been so terrorized that they have thought about and even acted upon taking their own lives. These dreadful, unjust occurrences must stop. And they can. If we were to take the content that we share on social media and examine it and assure ourselves that it is fair and beneficial to everyone who will see it, these statistics would not be the same. Hate speech and cyberbullying would be eliminated, and in their place, respect and kindness would flourish. Social media is an incredible tool of communication that connects the entire world. If used with goodwill, it can produce friendships that would replace much of the present social violence. Instead of posting vile comments, texts, and tweets, we can post optimistic messages that will fill those around us with cheer. Because social media can be an immense enabler of joy that can positively impact those around us. Take, for example, the Ice Bucket Challenge. This challenge was created in order to raise awareness for a disease called ASL. You may know it as Lou Gehrig's disease. To raise awareness for this disease, celebrities would put huge buckets of ice water on themselves to inform the public of the disease. They succeeded. And this is one of the many examples of how social media can positively impact our community when used with goodwill, and how it will produce better friendships. If we were to apply the 4-way test on our use of social media, much of the violence and negative outcomes that our society is currently facing would end. And in their place, a universal spirit of kindness, equity, awareness, and love. And through this, we see the benefits of the application of the 4-way test on social media, in our community, in our country, and in our world. Thank you.